So there is, before we move on, while so many companions and successors agreed that 54 applies to the wars of apostasy, or predicts that the apostasy movement, and predicts that Islam will survive the apostasy movement, and that in fact does 54 does it connote a promise that transcends that particular historical context? So in other words, is Allah saying, as a general rule, that, as some people have taken it, that it is a sort of Allah's promise that Islam, or that while it might be that a majority of people would go astray, and as we will come to in Surah Al-Ma'idah, that a majority of people would go astray, but those who adhere to the original truthful message, that ultimately Allah's ease or Allah's victory will come to aid them. That has been a debatable issue in among Islamic theological debates, whether there is an implied promise of victory beyond the immediate historical context of the apostasy wars. And personally, I don't think the issue is significant. I mean, I think those who try to find in Allah's text a promise of victory to the righteous, in my view, this is my miss the point that what matters is not victory on this earth, but in the hereafter. For me, what I understand from the Qur'an, as a student of the Qur'an, that it really doesn't matter whether we're victorious on this earth or not. I mean, it matters that we do what's right. It matters that we take a righteous stand. The results and the consequences belong to a realm, it's like above my pay grade, above all of our pay grades. This is up to Allah, the owner of this universe. You know, may Allah do whatever Allah sees fit. This is not for me to speculate on. What matters, the part that does concern me, is that I know that justice does prevail in the hereafter, and what is right does prevail in the hereafter. And this is, I think, consistent with what we are taught about how to think about this world. This world is not the realm of results. It's the realm of processes. Here in this world is where process takes place, but not where results take place. Nothing in this world is permanent. Nothing in this world is lasting. Any victory is elusive, because even if, you know, the right people win, for how long? For how long do you think it will last? Nations rise and fall, people rise and fall. It is in a constant flux. Although you're born in a historical moment, and it feels like things are going to be immovable and lasting, if you're a student of history, you very quickly realize that this is the biggest delusion possible. You know, the Ottomans were in Greece for what, 300, 400 years? Can you imagine if you're a Greek born in the first 10 years of Ottoman rule? And, or you were born in year 302 and you say, oh, the Ottomans have been here 300 years. They're probably never going to leave. Now, look at Greece today. Look at Turkey today. Muslims were what, in Andalus 600 years? I mean, the reason that there was so much in Muslims bickering with each other is that they couldn't imagine. They've been there 600 years. I mean, Europe was dependent on Andalusian technology and Andalusian economics and Andalusian knowledge. They couldn't imagine that one day there wouldn't be Muslims in Andalus. Muslims were in Crete how long? Muslims were in Sicily how long? I mean, so what does a victory mean? I mean, what does a victory mean, either whether it's for the right people or the wrong people? Everything is in flux. Nothing is permanent. You just do your job. Just do what you will be accountable for, and that's it.